Welcome everyone into the virtual Daytona International Speedway. It's the PGR Lite Series season number 3 as we head to week number 3 and what's already been a great start to the season. Tonight we will do battle here in the Next Gen for 60 laps of restrictor plate racing. 55% fuel loads here tonight, 3 sets of tires, no fast repairs, and 1 green-white checkered if we need it. Ambient temp, 66 degrees here in Daytona. Cool night, clear skies, 5-mile-an-hour winds, and a track temp of 68 degrees is all the drivers here tonight on track. Throwing down some qualifying heaters is Miles Bagley right now. The car at the top of the pylon, Corey Wright, right behind him, and Dawson Wise, already a winner on the season race number 1. Dawson Wise, he is sitting in third. We'll get you an update for the first couple weeks, as well as those point standings here shortly, as we get set to race here tonight. Josh McCullough on the track, ending his qualifying lap, as is Jackson Buys. We'll get those qualifying results up here in just a second as we are about to head to the grid for tonight's race. As we are in the sunset here, and it'll be dark here at Daytona under the lights for all these drivers. The same package we'll have for the PGR 500 at the end of January 2026. So getting ready for those heat races come the end of January. These Lite Series drivers getting a taste of that action here tonight. Remember, it's a 12-week schedule this season. It'll be 9 races in the regular season. This is week number 3. We started off at Talladega in the ARCA Menards and then moved on to the Gen 4 at Bristol. So that was the start of the season, as you see here. Carson Freeman getting his qualifying lap underway here. And the number 44 machine here, 44 machine here tonight. Nash Brambilla of Team PGR on track, as well as the sun continues to set here at Daytona. Next week, we will head to Talladega in the Craftsman trucks. We'll then head to Iowa for the first time ever in PGR in the ARCA Menard car. We'll head back here at Daytona in the Xfinity Series. Then at Kansas in the Craftsman trucks. October 27th, ARCA Menards back here at Daytona. And it'll all culminate with the regular season finale at Talladega in the Xfinity Series car. It'll be a 3-race playoff starting on November 10th. It'll be the Craftsman trucks at Daytona, the Next Gen at Atlanta, and it'll all end at Talladega in the ARCA Menard car. Gridding is happening right now. We're going to bring you guys down here trackside and go through the qualifying results here, as Miles Bagley is your pole sitter here tonight. Corey Wright will line up on the outside of the front row. Row number 2 will be Dawson Wise, race winner here on the season, as well as Joe Horta, who will start in 4th. Josh McCullough starts 5th here tonight. Gordon Glidewell starts 3rd. Asher Little starts 7th. Evan Carlbon will start 8th for the Jack Shack. Dylan Ast will start 9th. Jackson Buys rounds out your top 10. James Waring starts 11th here tonight. Larry McDonald starts 12th. Max Dinda starts 13th. Jared Haynes 14th. Casey Sprinkle 15th. Tanner Kassinger 16th. Sean Hilkowitz 17th. Mike Davenport 18th. Starting 19th here tonight, that'll be Josh Giambroni. Starting 20th, Justin Johnson. Nathan Rostasil starts 21st. Kobe Nill starts 22nd. Derek Fulton, 23rd. Axel Smith starts 24th. Carson Freeman, 25th. Nash Brambilla, 26th. Malik Ray, he is not in tonight's race, keeps joining as a spectator. So David Flanagan will start 27th. Starting 28th will be Austin Green. Tucker McClendon starts 29th. Cameron Hackett will start in 30th. Quentin Steinbach starts 31st. Cameron Craighead, 32nd. Mark Don Varndell, 34th. And we'll have a 34-car field here tonight with Joel Hernandez starting in 34th. So 34 drivers take the grid here tonight in what should be a really good race here in the Next Gen, as we are now rolling off pit lane. Corey Wright, I don't know if Miles Bagley, I believe he was the pole sitter, not sure what happened. We'll see, make sure he is in tonight's race here. We'll bring up the ticker here at the top of the screen. As the sun is setting. And this is one of my favorite series here out in the money racing community. The PGR Lite Series here every Monday night, sponsored by VRX. As all these guys have a great shot tonight to get a spot in that championship playoff season. We'll get those point standings for everyone up as well at some point during the race. Right now, Jackson Buys is the current leader in the points with 62 points. Right behind him, Quentin Steinbach with 61. Dawson Wise with a win on the season, third in points. He's locked into that championship playoff right now. To go all the way down, actually, to Cameron Craighead, who's your winner at Bristol. He's back in 13th place. He actually made up 23 points last week, or 23 positions, sorry, on the standings board. With that win, though, he locks himself in. So 2 locked in. And who's going to lock themselves in here tonight for the VRX Lite Series? The drop of the green flag coming right at you as the pace car dives onto pit lane. Green flag about to fly here at Daytona. And we are green. Lap number 1 in the books here tonight. Corey Wright looking for the victory tonight. And that number 4 leading him here on the bottom lane, 2 by 2 here at Daytona. You see those sparks flying off the bottom of these next-gen cars in the corners. And right there in second, Miles Bagley, as he is right on the back bumper of your leader. Right here comes Dawson Wise for the Jack Shack here in the top lane. Hey, he said, you know what, one's not enough. I'm going to go for another victory here tonight. He carries that number 9, a sharp-looking car here for Dawson Wise. Usually on the broadcasting side, but hey, he can really race these cars, especially this next-gen car. And here's another man still on a mission for a championship here in this series. It's Josh McCullough out of Savannah, Georgia, looking for a win as well tonight to book himself into those championship playoffs. First season, man, he really had a great shot at that championship in the closing laps, and he just fell on the outside looking in. But he looks to have a strong night here tonight for McCullough Motorsports, as is this man right here, Dylan Ast, in the number 9 Napa Chevrolet. And he is looking good here early, currently running here in the top 5 right behind the Sundrop Chevrolet of Asher Little. So cars all looking good. Some really cool paint schemes out here on the track tonight. 4 laps in of 60. Appreciate y'all joining us here on a Monday night for what I said, at least say, is the most fun series to watch all week long, as that middle lane trying to gain a surge right now. Looks to be that bottom lane is the preferred lane at the moment. And remember, we had a big change in this car this past year, post PGR 500, an update, and it changed how these next-gen cars race. So we'll see tonight how these guys handle that. Farther back in the field, it's Mike Davenport out of Colorado Springs for Team PGR, and the Tire World Chevrolet right behind him out of Ohio, Bucyrus to be exact. That's going to be the number 80 of Larry McDonald. You got Derek Fulton on track tonight. It's not just the USA here on track. We're going to go up north to Canada out of Stayner, Ontario. It's Derek Fulton here tonight in the number 70. A very good driver, also capable of crossing that finish line first here at the end of the night. We'll see if he can do it. And the guy right behind him, one of the best in the business here in this series, David Flanagan of the Jack Shack, that number 31, always carrying that neon pink and blue, as he right now is just going to hang out here in the back. Looks like that's his game plan here. A couple guys off pace right now. Austin Green, you see back here, Joel Hernandez, Tucker McClendon. Looks like they lost the draft, or this could be by design. But we do have quite a few cars here off track. But like we said, James Waring, he's all the way in the caboose right now out of Titusville, Florida, here in the U number 25, and Miami U all the way to number 2 in the nation in football. So I'm sure this guy right here is happy, but he's going to have to come and catch my Ohio State Buckeyes, because they look like the team to beat yet again. As we head back up front, it's still all Corey right here out of Nashville, Tennessee, driving that Toyota Camry right now, and he is looking smooth here in the bottom groove as Dawson Wise tries to fight back here on the high side. He's got a teammate behind him in Joe Horta. See if the Jack Shack can make some moves here. Down the backstretch we go. So far, a clean race here out of all these Lite Series drivers. Riding on board with one of the young guns here in tonight's race, the 33 of Jackson Buys, as he works on the back bumper here of Dylan Ast. And you can see right here how tight it is at Daytona, especially here in the turns with all the degrees of banking. Going to be quite a few checkups here in this next-gen car, as Buys is going to move to the top right behind this man, Colby Nill, another young buck right here in his Toyota Camry, number 10, and he is on the heels of Casey Sprinkle. Casey Sprinkle, another driver in the field. Very strong showings of late. We'll see if Sprinkle can make some maneuvers, get to the front. Josh G. Ambroni out of Charlotte, North Carolina. That's not him in the photo. That's going to be Logan York. So poking fun there is Josh Ambroni at Logan York. And these guys making a run now. Here comes that high lane led by Evan Carlbon in the number 78. So the Jack Shack, they have some numbers here in the front three to be exact at the moment. Tanner Kassinger right now, he's the only one breaking up that Jack Shack fleet here in the front out of Lawrenceville, Illinois, as he pilots the number 88 Toyota here tonight. Remember, 55% fuel here tonight, and you know, once we get in the double digits here of these laps, we're almost jinxed them right there in the trial. We'll could possibly get to green flag stop here, and I'll tell you what, that could really change the course of tonight's race. We'll bring up a track map for you with the car numbers here tonight, and you see in the top right of your screen, and very spread out at the moment. You got a couple packs here, front main pack, and you got to pack a little bit farther on back. And right now, in jeopardy of going down a lap is going to be James Waring. You got a couple more. Justin Johnson, Mark Vondell, they are going to be struggling to stay on the lead lap as well. So we'll see if those guys can get their lap back, if they are to get lapped here in this cycle. But they are losing time to these leaders right now, as these guys right now running in the 46 bracket. And you got some of these guys in the back running in the 48, 52nd bracket, so losing quite a bit of time per lap is a new leader in the house, Tanner Cassinger. And he is holding off the 8 of Josh Giambroni. And we have had some lead changes here up front. Looking racy here tonight on the racetrack. I know it looks a little bit more calm than normal, but points are on the line. A win is on the line to get yourself into the playoffs. And the only way you can do that is if you make it to the end of tonight's race, 60 laps here at the 2.5 mile World Center of Racing, the Daytona International Speedway. As the sun now peeking down, it's going to get dark here. Lights are on. And it's going to be a spectacle here under the lights tonight. And while we're in here, we'll see if we get a word. We got Nash Brambilla, Mike Davenport live here on the racetrack. Man, good racing here tonight. Pretty clean. How's it feeling out there?
Yeah, it's feeling good. Well, we're just kind of riding right now, just letting all the craziness happen, but we're just trying to get to the pit stops and then have some fun after that.
Yeah, Mike, we were trying to figure out up here, 55% fuel, 60 laps here tonight. About how many more laps can you guys go? It looks like green flag stops probably coming up pretty soon.
Well, I'm probably a lap short of what Nash can run because he seems to be the king of fuel mileage in the group, and I don't know how he does it, but I think we're looking at about anywhere between 10 and 12 laps right now.
Well, we'll let you guys go. I know it's going to get frantic out there. Hopefully we'll be talking to you guys here soon for some more race reporting.
Sounds good.
Well, wrecking here on the racetrack. You heard it there from Nash Brambilla, so we'll have to go and figure out where that wreck was caused at. And first caution here of the night, and that's going to prevent those green flag stops from happening, and that's going to be lucky there for James Waring. He'll get his lap back as Justin Johnson, I believe Mark Von Dell stayed on the lead lap. So if everybody's still on the lead lap, depending on how much damage we had some of these drivers get. But you can expect these drivers to come off, top off Sunoco Racing fuel. They do have 3 sets of tires tonight if they so choose. But the pace car lights are on as we are under the first caution here of tonight's race. Ooh, there it's going to happen in the middle of the pack. Jared Haynes hard into the outside wall. The number 7, you see the roof flaps come up. That's going to keep that car grounded heavy on the brakes. Those Goodyear tires are going to be definitely need to get changed there on the 7 as he did the best he could, but it'll all be up to how much front end damage right now for the man piloting the number 7 here tonight. We'll go back here and see exactly what happened. It didn't look like too much racing was going on here in the middle of the pack. Fortunate here, though, for Jared Haynes. We'll see what started this one right behind the number 48 here in your screen. That's Sean Hilkowitz in front of him, I believe. Rostasil right behind. And there's a checkup. And yeah, there's a checkup. We were actually... Crazy as it sounds, actually, we were talking to Mike Davenport when all this happened, and let's go back up here with Mike Davenport. See if we can see anything here. Go back a little bit. It looked like there was a checkup up here. Man, we were just talking to the 2 guys. Brambilla checks up. Davenport's checking up, and essentially, the 25 there, I believe Waring's going to get into the back of Davenport. That stacks up Hilkowitz and Haynes, and I don't believe Rostasil could do anything there. We'll go back out here and on board with Rostasil, and man, he's just kind of running around the track right here. We'll get a good viewpoint of this one. We'll get to actually jump in his cockpit here. Well, this is real time. I mean, you could see he can't see anything here happening. The checkup happens, and yep, bang right there. Some front end damage here to Nathan Rostasil. He'll get onto pit lane here and hopefully try to get some of that fixed. as he sits in pit lane, as does Jared Haynes, who probably has the most damage here in that one. So first caution here of the night. And for some, it definitely benefited from that. And back up front, it'll actually be Nash Brambilla, who is being scored your leader. So it's possible a different strategy will bring him in here before the drop of the green flag. Looks like Warren will get that lucky dog here. Strong numbers here tonight. 34 cars on the track and racing. Good to see a healthy night here on Monday nights throughout the season. But Nash Brambilla will come down here, so possibly at a little bit different strategy, not so sure. And I believe Miles Bagley will assume the lead as the pace car lights will now go out. Warren will take that lucky dog. We'll go green here next time by at Daytona. But a good start to the race here tonight. And word in the chat, Infinite 3 Frost, only a minute of damage for Jared. So, man, Jared got lucky there, head on into the outside wall. But was able to, really for the most part, that was it. So 1 minute of damage, not too much. Jared Haynes has a shot to get back up front tonight. So looks like everyone involved should be okay. Haven't heard from race control just yet. Malik Ray up in the tower. We'll see if there was any fault there to that one. Looked like a checkup caused that racing incident here. Try to bring some more drivers here throughout the night for some interviews. Like we said, we appreciate y'all watching here tonight. And don't forget to drop us a line here in the chat if you can. A super chat's always good as well. Little dollar bill sign next to the chat. All goes to supporting PGR eSports and the big events throughout the year. And one of the big ones coming up, the Fall Brawl. It'll be launched here this coming week. Live on the website, you'll be able to sign up for that Fall Brawl. It'll be a progressive jackpot over the course of 4 weeks of racing. We'll start with 60. After week 1, we'll be down to 40. So 2 races in week number 1 with 30 drivers in each. Top 20 from each of those races will advance to week number 2, where 40 drivers take the green, with the top 30 advancing. And the top 30 then will race in week number 3 as the top 20 advance from there to the championship of the Fall Brawl, which will be a 20-driver race. So cannot wait for that. It's a all new Fall Brawl, new and improved from past seasons, and looking forward to a progressive jackpot for the first time ever as Josh G. Ambroni looks for a Lite Series victory here tonight in the number 8 Slippery Chevrolet, just ahead of Tanner Kassinger and Josh McCullough. And we are 2 by 2, fanning out 3 wide, a little bit farther back. And we'll see that one caution if here in the first third of the race might be it, and if we can go green here for 3 more laps. So these drivers definitely racing pretty good here tonight. We'll see if they can keep that going. We were very close there to a green flag stop. We'll see if we can get one here in this next stint as Jambroni still leads, getting a great push from Kassinger in the 88 here. A little bit farther back, Axel Smith in the number 97. He scored 7th right now in single file top 7. Here comes the 87 Bagley here on top. Cameron Craighead, Gordon Glidewell. They're going to all make a second lane right now. Here comes Colby Mill as well. Justin Johnson on track here tonight. Good to see all these guys out here. We'll take you through the field here in just a little bit. Make sure everyone gets some TV time. Hopefully some of their family and friends watching at home as, wow, Evan Carlbon's going to make a move. And I'll tell you what, Evan Carlbon has looked pretty strong of late whether it be the Intimidator Super Speedway Series or the Light Series. 78 Jack Shack out of Berkeley Township, New Jersey. He looks strong. He's had some success on Thursday nights, trying to carry it over here to Monday nights at Bark Root Beer. Number 78, looking strong under the lights. Cool looking paint scheme right now. He's clear to the bottom. He takes it. He takes Bagley with him, the 87. A double clear in front of Josh Giambroni. That leaves the 24 out. He's going to make way here. He's going to go all the way to the wall and think better. He's going to want to hang out back, it looks like, right now, as he is fading fast. I believe that's Cameron Craighead here. So he was battling up there, and he's going to say, I'm going to go to the back. Race stop Chevrolet, number 24, and he's had enough for now. Long race ahead for Cameron Craighead, as he's right behind now David Flanagan, who we have now seen really running in the back of the pack all of tonight's race, and it has to be by design. I would expect David Flanagan to race his way up to the front. Battle back here. Jared Haynes trying to battle his way back. Is right behind Nathan Rostisil. Jackson buys back here as well. Oh, Jared Haynes looking to get back on track from the damage occurred during the first caution of the night. All these drivers here in the screen all off pace as of now. So have to battle to get back on pace and catch the end of the pack, which is David Flanagan, Cameron Craighead at the moment. And a new sheriff in town, Larry McDonald, leads here on the bottom. He's now surpassed by the young gun, Colby Nils. So some newcomers here in the top two. Derek Fault now into the top five. It's really nice to see some of these names battling, getting that experience, and that's what this series is meant for. And a lot of these guys now, even racing on Thursdays, you can just see the improvement from a lot of guys in this field. But now we're getting to see some improvement out of some guys that don't typically race on Thursday nights. They're doing a great job right now. But the man out of OHIO, Larry McDonald, looking strong. In the Team Conte setups, number 80, but Carl Bond, man, he's going to get a massive run down the back. He's going to double clear with Giambroni. That leaves the 70 out. Derek Fulton on top. Mike Davenport gets to him. No look now, but we can maybe heading to a green flag stop tonight would be great. We'll see if we can get there. High above the Daytona International Speedway here in the Goodyear Blimp. Down the backstretch we go. Trying to make the drone cam work. Not doing its best right now. We'll see if it does a little better right here. You see all of the cars off in the distance. That one might make you a little sick, so we'll get off that one. We'll head high up here in the grandstands and see what the spectators are seeing from their seats up high here at the exit of pit lane. More into turn number one. They're going to load of Evan Carlbon in the lead as we stay too wide. A lap car down here at the bottom of the racetrack. And man, just watch these speeds down the backstretch. We are going to get up there quite a bit. 194 miles an hour for Carlbon. A little bit farther back, Casey Sprinkle's going to get a big draft. Almost hit a couple hundred, so speeds are up here at Daytona. Weather is cool. Grip is plentiful. These cars all handling pretty good at the moment. Into the front stretch. 25 laps now in the books. Approaching that halfway point. And approaching what could be green flag stops as Freeman, Waring, the only cars a lap down right now, and that is it. Malik Ray, obviously, race control here tonight. 34 drivers in the field. We'll bring up that map again. And you'll see here we do have a second pack, and we're going to have a wreck. Caution is going to fly. Axel Smith involved, as is the 24. And we'll have to... Looks like Joe Horta went off the track. I believe Joel Hernandez possibly involved. Casey Sprinkle. Josh McCullough, I'm not positive here, but second caution here of tonight's race. So second caution, we're going to see all these cars hop back down to pit lane. They're going to need that Sunoco Racing fuel now as we get close to that halfway point. We'll go back to the yellow flag here. It's going to happen there right in the middle of this main pack. Keep an eye in the middle of your screen there. I believe the 59 of Ondell, or no, that Sprinkle is going to get up, tangle with the 88 there of Cassinger. They're going to come down the track. They're going to wipe out Axel Smith. Brambilla involved as well. Axel Smith's going to turn there. And here comes some, some net code there as the 88's coming up to the 10. The 9's involved of Dylan Ast. Here comes the 82. Craighead involved, as is Hackett. Pretty decent sized wreck here. I don't see, only maybe a couple drivers or two taking a grunt of that one. It's not horrible here, but you could watch again. Oops, sorry about that. We're going to watch this one more time here and see if we can get a good view. Yeah, big one right there in the middle of the track. Just a lot of cars here at Daytona just know where to go. Here's Sprinkle. You see Sprinkle here. Cassinger's going to come to his outside in the third lane. Man, Cassinger, they're just going to come together there, and that could Sprinkle really, really loose. And right there, when his back end kicks out and hits Cassinger, it's game over right there, especially for Axel Smith. So 2 cautions here tonight. Got some drivers here on pit lane. As we are under caution, we'll take the first race break here of tonight. Go high above Daytona. We'll be right back here on the PGR eSports Network. Back here live at Daytona, approaching the halfway point of tonight's Lite Series race. The last caution, cause of caution, going on the 88 of Tanner Kassinger as he came down here on the backstretch and got into Casey Sprinkle. So that'll be the black flag penalty here on the restart. So pace car lights are out. We're going to go green this time by Josh McCullough. Has found his way to the front row here on the bottom of the 05. Bagley, he'll start to his outside. Evan Carlbon, Mike Davenport, Corey Wright right now. That makes up your top 5 as the pace car is going to dip down here onto pit lane for the 3rd time tonight. The green flag going back into there here in the restart zone. The fans on their feet, and we are off and running once again. McCullough leads the Jack Shack's Evan Carlbon. Bagley gets in line. That's going to leave Davenport to the outside. Nope, he's going to get down behind Corey Wright. A new teammate to Mike Davenport at Team PGR. So now Team PGR, they got a couple drivers here in the top 5 as they battle Jack Shack right now as they are out front. Bagley kind of the one in the middle here. We got some action on the outside lane. It's the lean, mean Austin Green machine as he now making a run to the front. Bagley to the top, and now we are 2 abreast here. Brambilla has joined that PGR fray at the front. Team PGR, Jack Shack, like old times in the Lite Series. Like old times in John Ward's Little Dog Big Dog or Little Dog series. And there was some friendly rivalry between the 2 teams, and we might renew it here in season number 3. Brambilla, Wright, Davenport. And right now up front for the Jack Shack, it's Carl Bond. Jared Haynes also. Could be possibly working with GM Brony here tonight as well. Jared Haynes fights back from earlier damage. Austin Green in front right now. P1 past the halfway point. 2 cautions so far tonight. Nathan Rostasil at fault for the first one, and Tanner Kassinger for the second. It's been a fairly clean race up to this point. We'll see if we can make the second half of it just as good. A lot of comers and goers, different leaders here at the front. Rostasil has battled back from his penalty. We'll see if Kassinger can do the same. And keep an eye on the ticker above. 34 drivers in tonight's field. Flanagan still hanging out mid-pack on back. That's his plan. He's going to stick to it. And there's the gap. 28 cars in the main pack. Back to Hilkowitz, almost 10 seconds behind with Ast and Johnson. Those 3 running together. And Freeman, Kassinger, the lap down cars right now, battling for the lucky dog. Battling up front, still Green and Bagley 2x2. Nash Brambilla now into the top 4, right in that middle lane. As that middle lane now has had a surge here as the sun went down, the night came, and while the lights came out, oh, Nash Brambilla up in the front, into Bagley, hard into the wall. Nash Brambilla, his night will most likely end. Carnage here at Daytona. Cars all over the place. The big one strikes somebody's hood up on their car. Unbelievable carnage here. Dawson Wise possibly involved. And we're going to go back here. But boy, was that a big one. It's all going to start in the front of the pack. And Nash Brambilla. We'll see who's at fault here. These 3 right here are all locked up. Bagley, Brambilla, and GM Brony. GM Brony actually offsets here Brambilla. We'll see if that has anything to do with this wreck or not. But these 3 really linked up right now. Actually, Bagley looks to go... Bagley looks to go down to the bottom lane And he's kind of hesitant. Yeah. I mean, he looks like he went to commit to the bottom. But here's where the trouble is. Then Brambilla says, I'm going to go take the bottom. And Bagley blocks it. I would think that's going to go on Miles Bagley in the 87. As he's turned, I mean, practically turns himself from the lead. And now you're going to see Brambilla. Watch him snap hook off the apron here. Tries to save it and shoots right to the outside fence. Massive damage for Brambilla. An unbelievable. Cars are fanning out. Tucker McClendon has damage. Mark Vondell possibly involved. I mean, this was definitely a big one. But I would assume that it will be going on Miles Bagley. We're going to go back on board here and try to pick up the onboard of Evan Carlbon. See if Evan Carlbon makes it through the carnage here. You see Evan. Third in line on the bottom. We're going to watch this in real time. Right behind Josh McCullough. Everything's going to happen in front of him. Will he make it through this accident? And unbelievable save. Oh, and he just misses Nash Brambilla. What a save here by Evan Carlbon. And, man, he's going to end up in P2, I believe. Top 3 at very least. With one of the saves of the night. Saves of the season so far. We'll go back a little bit farther and watch the onboard Nash Brambilla here. And this is how I see it. We'll find out from race control. Bagley goes to commit to the bottom lane. And then he says, no, I'm going to stay blocked. Nash is going to say, oh, I'm going to go under you. Bagley follows him down. Watch the hit Nash Brambilla takes. Bang, right there. That'll most likely end his night. And any shot at any points for that matter being scored in the 32nd position right now. As you see that hood, he couldn't even see where he was going. And the man right now out of Minneapolis, but right now in Las Vegas, Nevada, Nash Brambilla, Team PGR. Going to be a rough week number 3 for him as we go back live. 34 laps, or sorry, 26 laps to go here. Josh McCullough still leads it. And we will go green next time by. Carlbon, Davenport, Little Green, your top 5. And, yep, here from race control, that was the call. Bad block by Miles Bagley. And wow, that just changed up this race for sure for some. Looking for points and going to be a definitely a struggle for some of these guys to get back in this thing tonight. Definitely some damage and three yellows now here tonight. And 3 cause penalties. As we said, to Rossisill, Cassinger, and this one going on Bagley. So those guys all at risk tonight. Getting one more, they will be DQ'd from the race. So those 3 guys got to be careful here the rest of the night. And just when we thought the safest place was out front, Bagley as well as Brambilla, their races turned upside down. Those were your leaders, too, in the front of the pack. So while we have a minute, we'll bring up Nash Brambilla, Team PGR. You got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Well, we're going to be a rough night for you. You know, definitely racing good. We were watching the replay there here on the broadcast, and looked to us like Miles Bagley just couldn't make up his mind. Looked like he was going to go to that bottom lane, and he came back up, and you had the great decision there to go kind of make a crossover move, go underneath him, and then he decides to block you last minute there. Is that what you saw?
Yeah, I don't know if it was because he didn't want me to lead a lap or what, but he was racing like it was the last lap of the race, and I was just trying to lead a lap there and get low, and yeah, he just blocked me, and I don't know how I lost it. Like, I guess I hit the apron a little bit and overcorrected, but yeah, it's just very unfortunate that it happened so early in the race.
Yeah, for sure. Just past the halfway point here. Came in tonight's race, fourth in the points. He had 2 starts here in this young season. He had a top 5 in one of the races, 54 points. And, obviously a tough night here. I'm assuming on pit road. Not sure if you'll be able to get back out there and scrape for any points here tonight. But what's your mindset now after this week? You're going to have to, now kind of scratch and claw your way back here out of this hole after this week.
Yeah, my pit crew's already packed up and they're going home right now, so I will not be returning. But yeah, I don't know what that probably screws me in the points. Might be a must win. I mean, it's just unfortunate. I was playing it safe most of the race, and I go try to make a move, and I get the second right away, and yeah, it gets taken from me. But I don't know. I feel like I can get a win. I feel like I'm the best guy in the series, so it'll be done.
Well, hey, that's the way to look at it here. You always got next week. A lot of interesting races here as well to come in the regular season. Thanks for talking to us, and good luck next week.
Yeah, appreciate it. Have a good broadcast.
Nash Brambilla, Team PGR, not too happy or thrilled with the move Miles Bagley made there. That ultimately ends his race here early. There's now 23 laps to go here on the board. We're counting them down. McCullough still your leader. Mike Davenport now into the top 3. Here comes Evan Carlbon in the 29 as well. That's Austin Green. A good top 5 at the moment. Here's the 33 now getting involved. Jackson buys. We stay 2 by 2. Not much 3 wide here tonight. Here comes the Busch car right to the bottom of the racetrack. Excuse me, on the back bumper of Carlbon. Another number 7. That's Joel Hernandez. Looking good here as well. So race control doing a good job here tonight, at least in my opinion. Got the Miles Bagley call right. That's what we saw here on the screen. It looks like that's what everyone here in the chat saw as well. Nash Brambell, like we said, not happy, but checked out of the infield care center. He'll be okay. You heard it here, his pit crew heading home, and he's just going to watch the race here from the top of the hauler inside the infield here at Daytona. He'll have to cheer for his teammate here tonight, Mike Davenport. Probably going to help spot for him just a little bit, navigate him through this field, as Austin Green has had no trouble here tonight navigating himself to the front of this pack. At that point, we might as well go through the field here tonight. Austin Green looking for a win as he is your leader. Josh McCullough right behind him. We said Mike Davenport, Team PGR. Not much help now for him. We'll see if he can get it done solo up front. Carl Bond to his outside. Also in the race, Axel Smith, Joel Hernandez. They're right there battling here in the top 6. Dylan Ast, he's the number 9. He's going to scratch and claw his way back as well. Had a little bit of damage earlier on. As did Cameron Hackett in that Taco Bell Chevrolet number 11, Liv Moss. And he's going to try to Liv Moss here tonight. As to the outside of him, well, that'll be the number 82, I believe. We have Craighead and Jared Haynes. Here comes David Flanagan finally. He's going to make a move here. Mark Vondell here in tonight's race in the Napa number 59. Dawson Wise, a win already on the season. He's free rolling for the rest of it. And we'll see if Dawson Wise could be the first to win multiple races here this season, and or if Cameron Craighead can do that as well. Derek Fulton, we are wrecking here at Daytona. James Waring, we were just about to mention him. Hard into the wall. That'll most likely end his night. And we'll get to that in a second. Gordon Glidewell on the track here tonight. Carson Freeman, Larry McDonald, Corey Wright, Justin Johnson. Slew of other drivers as well. Sean Hilkowitz in the field, Quentin Steinbach, and others. But a caution is out. Waring, Wise, Hilkowitz involved in this one. And we will go back here and find out what happens here on this caution. We're going to have to go here. James Waring on the back bumper of Justin Johnson. Johnson has some damage. Waring's offset of Johnson here. Here comes Cameron Craighead, and Craighead's going to turn Waring offset here. That turns Waring down the track. Vondel's going to get lucky here, but I'll tell you what, who is not. James Waring right into the outside fence. Craighead and Buys come together. I believe that's who that is on the bottom. Flanagan's going to sneak through. Maybe not unscathed, but he sneaks through. Wise is going to get a little bit action there, as is the 48, I believe, of Dinda. And McClendon and Giambroni able to get on the brakes, as is Hilkowitz here. Some of these guys will have to come down. Sunoco Racing Fuel, some fresh Goodyear rubber for them, but another caution here. That'll be 4 cautions so far on the night. Cameron Craighead, the one who's caused there for the penalty. So bad push lap number 41, Craighead. So there's been a caution here, or a cause of caution here for all 4 cautions here of tonight's race. Go back live here to the front of this pack, and they are coming down pit lane. Austin Green, your leader, leads them in, and it's going to be busy here on pit lane with 18 laps to go. Not quite sure if they can make it, so this might not be the last stop. I believe they won't be able to make it. If they can, it's going to be right on the edge here. As Austin Green going to beat Josh McCullough barely. It's a race off pit lane, and it's a good one, but Austin Green's going to win it. Ooh, right there, around is Aston, the number 9. And he's going to have to get that one turned around as he gets back on the racetrack. Well, 18 laps to go here. We'll take another quick break here on the PGR eSports Network. Don't go anywhere. We are going to run to the finish here shortly. Checkered flag, not too far away. We're going to pick him up for another green flag here at Daytona. Austin Green going to get a good launch here at the start. Here comes Mike Davenport. He's going to need help to his rear as McCullough out on the bottom. Behind him is Joel Hernandez, who's burst onto the scene, and he has a great shot to go to victory lane as well here tonight. Here comes Axel Smith, Asher Little in the bottom as well. Evan Carlbon's going to turn Mike Davenport. Here's a wreck, and Little involved. We're going to go right back, I believe, to the caution. Caution finally out here. A little bit late, but the caution is out as Mike Davenport turned. And we caught that one right away as Evan Carlbon might be getting the penalty here. We'll see what happens. Keep an eye here as the 78 comes to the rear bumper of the 55 of Mike Davenport. Fulton right behind Carlbon. I'm not sure here. It looks like Davenport going a little slow, but oh, there's just netcode. That is all netcode. Unbelievable netcode there. And if you are viewing here tonight and don't know what netcode is, we're going to show you. And sometimes netcode makes sense. This one's not going to make sense at all. Watch the 78 get to the rear bumper of the 55. I mean, he wasn't even close when they started turning. I'm not sure why. Well, you know what? That's because the 55 actually netcodes off the 11 of Cameron Hackett. So the netcode did not come from the 78. So let's see here from Hackett's view. Watch this netcode as the 11 drifts up the track a little bit. Right there, that is the netcode that's going to turn Davenport. And that's going to start this mess. And unfortunate there for Davenport and Asher Little. Evan Carlbon involved, so nothing you could do there. Technology's going to take over. Flanagan looks to get through another wreck here tonight. And that'll bring out another yellow flag. As we should be good to go till the very end now. Fuel might not be a factor. Remember, only one green-white checker. Green, McCullough, Hernandez, your top three. Axel Smith, fourth. Jackson Buys being scored in fifth. Jared Haynes, a big comeback from earlier issues in sixth. Cameron Hackett in seventh. Mark Vondell trying to shock the Lite Series here tonight. Back in eighth. Corey Wright trying to overcome a bad luck a couple weeks ago in the Intimidator Super Speedway Series appeal, as he looks to win here tonight in the Lite Series. And Dawson Wise creeps his way into the top 10 as him and Craighead, which Craighead, I believe, out of this race, or maybe not out of this race, but has some damage to overcome. And Dawson Wise looks to be the first repeat winner here this season. We'll have 12 laps to go when we rack them back up. We'll take another quick break here live on the PGR eSports Network. Well, we'll see if we can go to the checkered flag now. Austin Green, another good launch here right in front of Axel Smith. He's going to come down in front of the track working with Josh McCullough here tonight. Joel Hernandez works on the back bumper of McCullough. Here comes Jackson Buys into turn number 1, 2x2. Jared Haynes making some moves, as is the 59 of Mark Vondell. Cameron Hackett trying to get in the mix, trying to build those points up here early in the regular season. Remember, we'll be a third of the way through the regular season at the end of tonight's race. So points are valuable, they're precious, and you got to try to make it to the end of all of these races. Green, your leader. Here comes Axel Smith battling back on the high side in that middle lane. And a great shot here from the Goodyear blimp. Back into the trial we go. 11 laps to go here at the line. A battle here. Middle pack, 3 wide we go. Here comes the Jack Shacks, Carl Bond Flanagan. Flanagan hasn't wanted to mix it up front all night long, but I bet you right now that 31 thinking about one thing, getting to the front, staying up front. The 00 Tucker McClendon in the Tennessee Volunteer Machine. He's there on the bottom as well, looking to make his move, as we are now going to be close here to that last 10 laps of this race. Action heating up all over the racetrack right now. But Austin Green has really looked to be the fastest here in Daytona. A little bit damaged there for Buys' front end, but it's not slowing him down. He gets to the front right now, clear of Austin Green, trying to double clear with Smith. It looks like they do it. That brings Jared Haynes, the man who went straight into the wall earlier in the race. With 10 laps to go, he has a shot for the Jack Shack. Haynes to the front there in that pack. He'll need Mark Vondell, though, to get to his rear bumper. He's got a teammate a couple back in Dawson Wise. Axel Smith back up to the top. That's going to help Haynes down the backstretch. The top 3 on the bottom, all touching nose to tail. We go into turn number 3. Off 4, we stay 2x2. It's 3 wide, a little bit farther back. Vondell, he's looking to make a big splash here tonight. Can he keep it up? We'll see. Long way to go still here at Daytona. With 9 laps to go, a third lane is formed. We got one bouncing off the wall. Sparks still flying. Here comes, I believe that's going to be Casey Sprinkle in that third lane, a little bit farther back. Max Dinda looking to make some moves as well. And that yellow number 9, that's Dylan Ast. He's going to lead that lane now. And he's got a good pusher and Sprinkle behind him. We'll see if that third lane can come in. They're looking to tandem there up top. They're doing a great job of it. And to your lead here still, Jackson Buys in front of Green. And we'll see there right now that damage really not hurting the leader here of Buys. And McCullough and Hernandez still top 4. The bottom lane still prevailing. They're just racing really hard here, 4 against 4 here in the middle in the top lane. Davenport trying to spoil the party there as well, and that's where the race is at right now. It's a wad of cars here in the middle. You see a wreck. It's probably going to come from that point with just 8 laps to go here. Vondell, man, he is losing some positions. He got up there, but chose really not to push there. You got to push there up front to remain up front. We're going to have some wrecking going on. I believe they're going to save it. Carl Bond Flanagan almost in the grass. They're going to save it. Maybe lose a little bit of time. We'll see if they can come back here. Well, that's going to separate the back half of this field just a little bit. And you see Vondell tries to make his moves back up into the field. Derek Fulton out of Canada. Let's see if he can get it done here in the number 70. Gordon Glidewell, a guy we haven't talked about too much here tonight. Here he comes, the number 27 machine. Glidewell looking fast, as here goes Hernandez to the middle, making a move to possibly win this race. It's early, but he's trying to get to the very front. As the 4 as well, Corey Wright back here into the top 10. And I'll tell you what, this has been when these guys have actually put on a show here tonight. These cars racing really good. If this is any indication of what we're going to get the week of the PGR 500 in January of next year, it's going to be a good one. And those heat races to get yourself a chance on the weekend are going to be fiery. Cassinger trying to make a comeback from his earlier penalty as well. 3x3, we stay Flanagan, the man on the move. His teammates all in line now. Flanagan, Carlbahn, Wise. They hook up together. 6 laps to go. Up front, it's a duel outside of turn number 4 between Baez and Hernandez. Hernandez going to lead this one, though. The 27 doing a great job right now. Gordon Glidewell. As Hernandez clears down, that opens up the door for Glidewell now. Can Corey Wright push him up to the front? Yeah, well, you know what? I'll tell you what. Watch out for Flanagan, the number 31. He is picking them off right now. He's making all the lanes work. Bottom, middle, top. David Flanagan making a ferocious sprint to the front here with 5 laps to go. We'll go on board with him. See what he's fading just a little bit. We'll see if he can find somebody to help push him to the front. He's going to be committed here to that 3rd lane with just 4 laps to go. Sprinkle's going to move up. He's going to think back better. Here goes Carlbahn, so he gets his teammate Wise as well involved, and they might start wrecking in front. They do. A great shot of the wreck. Flanagan involved, and just like that, David Flanagan has nowhere to go. And that will most likely put us into overtime here in week number 3. You see Mike Davenport, he was involved as well. Parts and pieces on the racetrack. And here we go. We're going to slow it down for you. The wreck's actually going to start up here. Ooh, Austin Green. Austin Green, more bad luck here in the PGR Lite Series. Involved in this big one, as is Corey Wright of Midnight. And let's go back and see what caused this one with Austin Green. And we're going to have to watch for Gordon Glidewell here. Well, they're just kind of all out of whack here. It's actually going to start up front with Baez and Hernandez. Watch right here. Baez is going to go underneath Hernandez. Hernandez is kind of going down at the same time. It's going to push Baez almost to the double yellow. Well, it does push him to the double yellow. And he's under it now, and he's probably worried about advancing his position. And he's going to get into Hernandez here. Hernandez is going to float up the racetrack. And we'll see. Yep, there goes Baez trying to get back in his lane. And Austin just trying to stay off of Hernandez. And it's just impossible to do. Oh, there goes Glidewell. You know, Glidewell not lifting there gets right into Austin Green. Will be an interesting call from race control. But I would think Glidewell going to get a penalty here. And everyone's going to pile on into this one. But the most damage done to the 29 of Austin Green and the 4 of Corey Wright. Evan Carlbahn will grace the wall just a little bit. We saw David Flanagan involved, so that'll bring out this caution, and we await race control. Sixth caution of the night. Flanagan you see on pit lane. Green you see Nash Brambilla, whose night ended early. And you see Flanagan here. That Davenport must not seen where he was going there. He might be called possibly with an ARCA brake, not quite sure. We'll see from Davenport. We'll watch his cockpit. And this is in real time. Sometimes it's easier to watch it in real time, but no. Yeah, there's the wreck going on. Davenport gets into the back of Flanagan there. That's what ended up turning Flanagan. Davenport, though, hard into the outside wall himself. As we go back up here front, live to the front of the pack. Overtime here in week number 3. Buys, Glidewell, McCullough, Smith, McClendon. Your top 5. Tucker, McClendon. Max Dinda out in 6th. Casey Sprinkle 7th. Derek Fulton will restart 8th. Tanner Kassinger 9th. Asher Little, your current top 10. And we will have a 1 attempt here at a green-white checker. The pace car lights will go out here this time by. We'll come around and we'll settle it here at Daytona. Here in race number 3. And we'll be a third of the way done with the regular season. And a fourth of the way done for season number 3. A reminder, myself, Michael Triscaro, as well as Stephen Miles can race in one of the regular season races, as all past champions will be allowed to race in one regular season race for the duration of any Light Series season. So just got to pick one, so that's a cool little feature here, because once you graduate out, you really can't run it. So it always brings back the champions. Be a cool little feature we have in this series. So we'll see myself out here on the race sometime soon. I'll have to pick one of those. We'll have to check out that season 3 schedule once again, and might have to come out next week. We'll see. It's Craftsman Trucks at Talladega. I'd probably either pick that, or I'd pick Xfinity at either Daytona or Talladega. So I got to pick between those 3. We'll see. Probably Xfinity might come out for the regular season finale. That would be a fun one to run. We'll see. But nonetheless, somebody's going to book themselves a chance in the championship playoffs here tonight. If Dawson Wise or Cameron Craighead can't get that done, we'll have that new winner. We'll update those points after the race. We'll get those updated on the Discord. Jackson Buys leading the points and leading the race right now. So he can really do some damage here in this race. And one big change this year in this series. The regular season points champion automatically advances to round number 2, or the top 7 round of the playoffs. So, I mean, it's a big battle here this year for the regular season championship. And right now, Jackson Buys, if he wins this race, will have a stranglehold on it right now. As the green flag is out. Green, white, checkered. Here we go. Ooh, Jackson Buys. That is going to be close. He changed lanes there like right at the start-finish line. And we'll have to see a review after this race on that one. We stay too wide. Remember, NASCAR overtime. Green, white, checkered. There will not be a caution thrown. Buys, your leader outside turn number 4. McCullough working on his back bumper. Here comes Tucker McClendon. Can he shock this race after not being up front all night long? Casey Sprinkle looks to the outside. He's got the run on McClendon. Wise is holding it farther back. I think he's off pace. Here comes the 88 of Kassinger, overcoming that penalty. Glidewell behind him. Asher Little up front. This is going to be a great dash. Down the backstretch we go here on the final lap. Slicing and dicing here in the front. But Jackson Buys, tell you what, he is going to probably be reviewed after this race. That's going to be a close call. Can he hold off a hard-charging Josh McCullough? Will McCullough go to that middle lane? He's got his teammate right there, and we'll see if he can get there. Oh, there goes Sprinkle. Big wreck behind. McCullough going to go for the pass here. And Buys is going to unofficially win the PGR Lite Series Season 3, race number 3. And if that holds, he will not only be your points leader, but he'll have that win. And Jackson Buys will will be in the driver's seat for the championship or for the regular season title. But a lot to look at here. Your unofficial winner, like we said, Jackson Buys. So Jackson Buys, unofficially your winner, as he's going to get off the track. Fireworks here on the backstretch here at Daytona. Well, Josh McCullough's celebrating out on the racetrack. So there's quite possibly that penalty was already assessed here. You know, we are not here, or we cannot hear race control. But I saw it right when he did it. And I believe Josh McCullough is going to be your winner here. And that's why you see the man from McCullough Motorsports celebrating a big victory here tonight. I believe it's still going to be unofficial, but we're going to name Josh McCullough your unofficial winner as he burns them down. That'll put Jackson Buys. That'll give him a EOL, but we'll have to see where he ends up finishing because that EOL should technically be assessed on the first of the 2 laps there. So Jackson Buys definitely going to fall way down the standings here in this race. That'll bring McCullough up to first, McClendon to second, Little to third, Cassinger to fourth, Dinda to fifth, and Joe Horta will be your last cash position in sixth. So, man, what a big turn of events here. Jackson Buys just, oh, man, we got to go back to that restart. And we're going to go back here and try to find a replay there of the restart. And Jackson Buys. We see him right there, so we should go forward. We're going to have to go forward. We're going to go back to the green flag. Let's keep an eye here on your leader, Jackson Buys. And this will give us a great view here. Here in the restart zone, he's going to get his launch right here. The top lane's going to check up there with Glidewell leading it, but here's the lane change. And, man, he didn't have to do it by the looks of this. Yep, there it is. That's the lane change before the start-finish line. And did not have to be done there. Man, he came right back to the bottom anyways. Unbelievable. Man, he cost himself a win here tonight. But Josh McCullough, probably a very happy camper. And we'll get to the interviews here in just a second in tonight's race. Well, Asher Little, we're going to bring him up first. Asher Little, you got a copy?
I do.
Well, I bet you didn't think you were going to be up here with the 4th place result because, hey, you're going to get bumped up to 3rd with a last lap EOL there to Jackson Buys. And now a podium position here in the Sundrop Camaro. Man, tell us about the last couple laps.
Oh, my God. It was crazy. I mean, that whole race was like a fever dream. I was like, I got turned and my whole car, I was like, oh, I'm toast. I'm screwed. And I get in the pits and it's 18 seconds of damage. And I'm like, I'm in 25th place. And I'm talking to my teammates, Axel, all of them. I'm like, my race is over. It's my little catchphrase I say. And I just cut up traffic and Axel sent out great communication, where to go, and ended up there at the end.
Yeah, we're watching it back right here. They're all wrecking behind you. And, man, what a finish there. You see that Sundrop car right behind Tucker McClendon. But, man, hey, a huge points night. We're going to go actually right now. We're looking at those points right now, you came into the race 14th. And, that's going to boost you up to kind of where you need to be right now. And then a really good points night here. I know you didn't get the win, but a podium nonetheless, and should definitely be a really good points night for you.
Yeah.
Well, hey, before we let you go here tonight, celebrate that podium, man. Anyone you want to thank or shout out?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my grandparents, Reese and Oompa, always watching, always pouring. I'd like to thank my teammate and the group I ran with, Tucker, Quentin, Axel, Smith, and Josh Jambroni. Great group of guys, super fun to work with. And Brandon Baitons with SBM Sucon and Pavement Maintenance sponsored me into this race. Great dude. Check him out. And just big thanks to Axel for sticking it with me and the team.
Well, you heard it there from your third place finisher here tonight, Asher Little, as we're going to now bring up your runner-up here tonight out of nowhere, the 00, the Tennessee Volunteer out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. Tucker McClendon, you have a copy.
I got you there, Mike.
Man, what a wild race, a wild ending. You're scored on the pylon third, but a last lap BOL Sesta Jackson buys for changing lanes, puts you in that P2 position. One out of the top spot here tonight. I'm sure you would have liked to be, get that first place position, get into those championship playoffs. But hey, a great points night here for you tonight. You came in tonight's race tied for 8th as it was, and this is definitely going to boost your points here as you head into week number 3. How'd it go tonight?
It went well. I've kind of stuck to my strategy. I mean, last year, or last season, I should say, was I think I finished last of everyone that ran every race in points. I got wrecked in the first corner like twice on races, and so I've been just trying to sit back, play it smart, and that's kind of what I did tonight, and just slowly made my way up. And then I was third on the inside. There wasn't much I was going to be able to do, so I just was basically going to stick to Josh McCullough's back and try to get a top 3 finish, and it worked out.
Man, well, I'm hearing a lot from race control right now. A lot of penalties assessed there at the point of no return, and the emphasis coming out of the PGR SummerSlam event was that point of no return to make sure you don't turn anyone there on the racetrack. Luckily for you, you're able to get through all the carnage, or most of it really behind you there on the last lap. But a great run here tonight for you. And before we let you go, anyone you want to thank or shout out?
Yeah, I mean, my teammates, Quentin, he had a bad night, but I mean, he's up in second in points, and then Josh is tied for 11th in points. They both had pretty crappy nights. But them, and I ran with Asher and Axel tonight. I think those 3 finished in the top 10, if I'm not mistaken. So no, good night. Got to keep it going, long season. And I'd say that last, those ELLs and those penalties on the, point of no return are making for some good racing, because I saw 2 or 3 times where people would have probably made moves and would have wrecked the entire front pack. And so it's good. No, but appreciate y'all. Appreciate Trev. I know he's watching. He always picks me. And then Evan and Landon and all them guys that I enjoy hanging out with.
Well, absolutely. Thank you for racing here tonight. Look forward to watching you here the rest of the season. Have a good night.
Guys, same to you. Thanks, Mike. Go Browns.
Go Brownies. Well, that was Tucker McClendon, your runner-up finisher here tonight, trying to track down the winner of tonight's race, Josh McCullough. A big win for Josh. We'll hang out here for a few more minutes, see if we can get Josh in the booth, but a big win for him. And I'm sure his dad proud of him here tonight, getting the job done, and what a win. He's great in these next-gen cars, and I'm really happy for Josh McCullough here tonight to get a big win here. And we're going to give him a few more minutes, trying to track him down. Don't see him out here right now. But here we go. Here's one thing we could do in the moment, and that would be to go through the finishing results. Remember, they're not going to be the right results. We've had some penalties. We'll go through those right now. So Jackson buys will be scored. It's already done. Looks like Malik Ray took care of everything. So Josh McCullough first, Tucker McClendon second, Asher Little in third, Tanner Cassinger fourth, Max Dinda tonight in fifth. Sixth place will be Joe Horta. Jared Haynes finishes in seventh. Derek Fulton in 8th. Gordon Glidewell finishes in 9th, and Dawson Wise finishes out the top 10. Miles Bagley finishes in 11th. Davenport will finish in 12th. Evan Carlbon 13th. Justin Johnson 14th. Casey Sprinkle in 15th. Josh Giambroni finishes in 16th. Sean Hilkowitz in 17th. Jackson Byes 18th. Axel Smith in 19th. Rounding out your top 20 will be Dylan Ast. 21st here tonight, that'll be Joel Hernandez. 22nd, Cameron Hackett. 23rd will be David Flanagan. Larry McDonald finishes in 24th. Carson Freeman, 25th. Corey Wright, 26th. Austin Green, 27th. Mark Von Dellen, 28th. James Waring finishes in 29th. And Nathan Rossisill finishes out the top 30. Quentin Steinbach finishes in 31st. Nash Brambilla, 32nd. Colby Nill, 33rd. And rounding out your 34-car field here tonight, that'll be Cameron Craighead. So that's your race results here tonight. Well, I thought it was a pretty exciting race, and we got a lot of action here in the last lap. A lot of penalties to be had, and getting word from race control, we'll see. Jackson Byes obviously black flagged for the lane change, and EOL for Cassinger on the last lap. Josh Giambroni, I believe, caused a wreck last lap, turn number 1, and 9th and 10th should be Axel Smith and Dylan Ast. Both were pushed down pit road and received black flags coming to the start-finish line. So, yeah, a lot to unpack here. We'll have to update the points here momentarily and also get those payouts out. But Josh McCullough, we don't see him here tonight, unfortunately. So, but shout out to Josh if he's watching. A great finish here and with the race win here tonight. Well, for myself, Michael Triscaro and PGR eSports, it was a good one here tonight. We'll see you all on Thursday night for the PGR Intimidator Super Speedway Series. The first time ever, the car of tomorrow in PGR at Talladega. Have a good night, y'all. We'll see you next time.